is a mature female. We captured her just before she was about to spawn. So she's very swollen with extremely mature eggs. And when the eggs are mature, at the right point, she will simply head directly towards the chorus of the males. So shutting down egg production every year is one of our primary goals. Each female can produce 20,000 or more at a time. So they go from a single-celled egg to a hatched tadpole in about 3 to 5 days, depending on water temperature. Tadpoles stage in many of the lakes locally, like here at Langford Lake, can take 2 to 3 years. Bullfrogs have been introduced into regional Victoria in a number of different ways over many decades. They've come in through the pet trade, and people have put them in their backyard pools. People have imported them to try and raise them for frogs' legs. What you want to do is trap them like that. It took about 17 years for the bullfrogs to expand from Elk and Beaver Lake.
Essentially, I don't like the idea that they're invading and they're taking over and eating a lot of the endangered species.
One thing that humans can do, it's drive species to extinction. It's what we've done over and over again, and we're really good at it.
They will eat whatever fits in their mouth. So anything from small fish to insects, dragonflies, whatnot like that, crayfish, small birds, ducklings, small painted turtle hatchlings, bats. Basically, if it fits, they'll eat it.
It's pointless to try and manage endangered painted turtle populations if you're not managing the bullfrogs.
Essentially, we'll go out at sunset and we have to wait until it's dark enough, and we use a spotlight and a modified electroshocking system. At some of the lakes where we've prevented spawning events from happening, we'll catch anywhere between 1 to 2 to 15, but in lakes where spawning events have happened, such as Langford Lake or Langford Lake Ponds, we've caught as many as over 100 in a night per team.
This is a mature male American bullfrog. The characteristics of the male include a yellow throat region, typically, a large ear covering called the tympanic membrane. The tympanic membrane of the male is much larger than the diameter of the eye. And they also have these nuptial pads on the thumbs here, on the forelimbs. Those are roughened surfaces for hanging onto slippery females. Bullfrogs are an asymptomatic carrier of pathogenic organisms. And the bullfrogs themselves that live in high density, they're not just in the habitat, they can actually become habitat for these pathogenic organisms, as well as internal parasites that can be transferred.
Does that sound similar?
Some people want to get rid of bullfrogs because of noise pollution.
If you want to go out and catch frogs, whatever you do, please do not move them to other sites. That's the biggest thing.
Since this program started, we've caught in excess of 50,000 adults and juveniles. It's jointly funded by CRD Water and CRD Parks. And CRD's principal concern is to prevent bullfrogs from invading the Victoria watershed, the reservoir. And we've managed to keep them from advancing beyond Humpback Reservoir for the last 10 years.